If you're thinking of having a boho inspired wedding, this is the video for you.
Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Laura and this is Rebecca. So as Rebecca said, this video is going to be a complete guide to creating your boho wedding of your dreams, basically. We're going to cover all the different categories from like decor to dresses to flowers and just give you lots of boho wedding inspiration. Now we've got a Pinterest board to support this video, so that we'll have that linked below so you can check out even more ideas and inspiration for your wedding. So yeah, shall we just... Well, first we should probably say...
Define.
What is a boho wedding? So if you're thinking about having a boho wedding, you're probably wanting kind of a laid back, effortless, you might be a free-spirited couple, you want something maybe quite natural, that kind of vibe, I would say.
Yeah. And to start really creating that, you can really do it through the sort of florals and decor, obviously. And so what you sort of, I think most identify with the kind of boho look are things like dried grasses, and so like pampas grass, those kind of tones, like the vivid colours, and I say that kind of dried element too. So that you might just sort of find naturally growing in the fields kind of sense. And in terms of like the displays, they can involve quite a lot of greenery still as well, like leaves, that kind of thing, and some like, I guess, like big flower heads, or is it like, rather than not so much the sort of petite flowers. I think it's
like statement pieces.
Yes,
statement arrangements. Yeah, with like the pampas grasses, those kind of golds, oranges, terracotta, warm colours, really, I think.
Yes, warm, soft, muted kind of colours, perhaps. And in terms of how you style those to look, I think, things like displays, you can have like suspended things with the pampas grass, or like behind like the head table kind of thing to create a visual in front of the head table.
Yeah, going down the aisle, like lots of grasses, so you kind of walk into a meadow essentially as you're walking down the aisle.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, or even at the head of the aisle having some kind of like apex type thing, or frame to kind of get married under, probably made out of like woods, not the woods, but like wood.
Like natural materials rather than maybe like more industrial, like metals. And like for decor and things, like macrame is really quite big in this like current boho trending in trends in weddings. So again, that could be mixed with your florals as part of maybe behind, at the end of the aisle behind you during your ceremony. These like big floral arrangements with also like the macrame hanging down, but also like macrame chair backs. Very like maybe 70s kind of lends itself to this as well.
Yeah, we'll ignore the origins of the whole pampas grass and symbolize what that symbolises. We'll just move swiftly on past that and just accept that it is a big part of weddings now and everyone's okay with it.
Moving away from decor and flowers, we're going to now talk about cake, which is a very important part of any wedding. And yet for a boho wedding, you don't probably want anything too like ornate or elaborate. We're probably not talking about the traditional sugar paste and like quilting effects, lots of sparkle, things like that. That's not boho.
Lambeth style like decor.
Probably like neutral tones again for probably buttercream or that style of frosting.
Yeah, or no frosting at all. Naked cakes, semi-naked.
Kind of thing. And again, you could probably bring in a lot of the boho feel with the additions to the cake. So if you have like the flowers you're using in the rest of the wedding, you can probably have some sort of arrangements on the cake itself. And if you're having maybe at the end of your aisle like an archway or an apex, as we talked about, you could kind of mirror that onto the cake as well in a kind of topper, but doesn't necessarily have to be on the top of the cake. It could be on the front of the cake, and that can have an arrangement of something like the pampas grass or the other flowers or foliage that you might be including on that as well. Just to tie it all in together.
Yeah. Or you might be using things like maybe even like herbs to decorate, you know, to like go around the tiers maybe. So whether that's sort of rosemary or something to have the leaves from that. Or kind of foresty fruits, you know what I mean, like blackberries, that kind of thing, like kind of, obviously all fruit is naturally occurring, but you know what I mean? So not necessarily like vibrant, like not necessarily like a papaya on there or something, but yeah, those kind of sort of forest fruits around them as well. But yeah, I think that's quite nice touches.
Yeah.
So moving along into wedding stationery, again, you can really create a sort of running theme all through every element of your wedding, and that includes onto the stationery. So even from like the point of you're sending out your wedding invitations, if you are having things like pampas grass, so sort of dried grasses, that kind of thing as part of your wedding, that kind of imagery really can also extend into what's printed onto the invitations, and it gives your guests that kind of first taste of the look and feel of that your wedding is going to have. So it's quite a nice way of tying a thread through your wedding.
Yeah, and also using kind of the colours from that we've like mentioned, these warm tones, for the stationery. So you don't just have to have white card, you can have kind of creams and like the slight oranges, things like that. Again, giving the hint of what's to come when they arrive at your wedding.
Yes. Maybe even throwing out like a few tassels in there. That kind of sort of frayed edge look to things. And even with like your guest book, you can get things that are made from wood, so you bring a kind of more natural, like a laid back element to it. And so that doesn't have to be necessarily a book that you literally is traditional kind. If you want a kind of, I don't know, that doesn't scream relaxed to me for some reason. Like it's a kind of more formal thing to do is sign a guest book.
Yeah.
And so you can do things like we're showing you where it's maybe a piece of art that will go in your home that's got your new married name on it, that people are just sort of signing that, and so it was like this collective of people that were there and they're just sort of signing their name. That feels much more hippie. Like I don't know.
It's playing with like the shapes and textures on everything you do, I think, which really will elevate this if you're having like this as a theme. And very popular at the moment when we were talking about the tassels, and we showed you pictures of kind of some examples of that, like the arches, the semicircles mixed in with like the sharper lines. It all kind of adds up to create this boho feel. Moving on to outfits, and specifically for brides, bridesmaids. So for kind of boho wedding dresses, we're talking like probably looser fitting silhouettes, then nothing too structured, maybe lace, maybe big sleeves, things like that.
Yeah, you're probably not finding in sort of boned corsets.
No.
Type style.
And there's a few. We'll have some pictures popping up on the screen, and there are a few specific designers that are kind of known for their boho wedding dress styles. I mean, there'll be lots more, so yeah, keep on
exploring.
Yeah, but designers like Grace Loves Lace, Rainbow Styling, Catherine Dean, who's one of our favourites, and Indie Bride London are all kind of designers that know their boho style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like this is a style that really lends itself to the bridal separates like trend that's coming in the last couple of years as well. Which is a look I like.
Yeah.
But, maybe quite a lot of like off the shoulder looks, sort of like flutter top again, it's sort of the offshore is kind of, it's that relaxed kind of look, isn't it? Kind of more, yeah, chilled out.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh yeah, it's just here. Like
It's something I've thrown on, and I'm now getting married.
Yeah.
Barefoot in a field or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you equally with the sort of footwear, you're probably not wearing like rhinestone and studded shoes kind of thing. It may be even more like sandal like and much more like flats, relaxed. Relaxed seems is a key word. It's you're not necessarily teetering around like on your back garden or like field, like wherever you are.
And for bridesmaids, I think the boho vibe really lends itself to like mismatched bridesmaids. So
yeah, sort of eclectic.
Yeah, so again, it's kind of moving away from like the formal bridesmaid look where you're all in the same dress, you're all looking identical, everyone's style is coming through, everyone's personality is coming through.
Yeah, just sort of matched in by a tonal palette.
Yeah.
Of colour, so it's still cohesive, and you still know they're the bridesmaids kind of thing. Because we know you kind of want that sort of separateness, but it has certainly much more that eclectic look with those tonal vibes, and again similar kind of cuts and shapes to the bridal wear with the sort of off shoulder. Cold shoulder, dare I say it? It's not my personal, but those kind of things.
Yeah, nothing too kind of tight fitting or corseted.
So, in terms of bridal and bridesmaid hairstyles, hair accessories, I think we're mostly going to see sort of very loose hairstyles. So, likely down, maybe a lot of soft waves, that kind of thing. Plaits, braids, to translate that for the North Americans. Sort of twists, turns. And again, certainly nothing sort of scraped, pulled back, tight, high. Yeah, just a lot of texture, softness around the face. Those kind of things for both the brides and bridesmaids. But you sort of add a bit of something.
Yeah, because probably not talking tiaras here, but maybe flowers, flower crowns, flowers like plaited into your hair. Maybe
a comb.
Yeah. When I say no tiaras, not in the traditional sense, but I feel like the like statement, like crowns, would actually work for this theme as well. So you can still make like a statement without. It doesn't have to be flowers. But they do work very well for this theme. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yes, and actually these hairstyles, the kind of the soft braids and things, is quite. I think it's one we were identifying in our wedding hair trends video that we did with Makeup by Emma recently. So you're going to be hot on the trend if you go for this look. Now, to complete your bridal outfit or for your bridesmaids, you might want to add some finishing touches with things like jewellery. And I think with the boho look, it's kind of more dainty kind of jewellery, natural kind of forms, so like leaf shape.
Although I do see some kind of like almost like statement earrings sometimes, but sometimes with like sort of tassel elements on the earrings. But or even sort of vintagey jewellery, I think a lot of time, or even things like back necklaces, like pendants that will hang down the back, especially obviously if you've got a sort of backless dress, or sort of longer pendants type things that will hang lower or be tiered, like as a necklace as well, sort of that kind of look. Again, just kind of more kind of creative and sort of effortless, like all these pieces, or they just kind of worked magically together kind of thing, rather than kind of one like blingy diamond necklace type look. So last up we have got men's attire. So whether you're the groom, best man, like ushers, page boy, all of you, again, create a similar look throughout the whole team. With things just so you're moving away from kind of formal. There's going to be no tails,
no top hats,
no canes. So yeah, it's you still can be sort of suited and booted, sort of, but it's again relaxed. So maybe like suspenders without the jacket, although jackets aren't ruled out.
Or braces if you're in the UK. Just translating that one.
Oh, is that I didn't know that was a translation one.
Oh, no. I'd call those braces, you see. But
fair enough.
Suspenders, braces.
Yeah, maybe not so many waistcoats up here, but they can. It's not pulled out. But
no, I think maybe the fabric of the waistcoat.
Yes, it's about fabrics. If you bring
like the tweeds, the
linens.
Yeah, things less shiny, less formal fabrics.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Maybe an excuse to bring in a little bow tie if you're feeling that way, but again, not kind of a prom bow tie, right? Like textured fabrics. Yeah. So again, the tweedy, like maybe sort of florals in it, even if you want to bring that across.
And I think it's a good excuse to bring in some colour into the men's outfits as well, because often, well, very commonly, the men will be in like dark greys, maybe navy blues, very dark colours, but I think this theme lends itself to maybe some of the lighter coloured trousers, or maybe some fun coloured like braces or trousers.
Or pants if we're translating.
Well, yeah. So yeah, you don't have to stick to like the very dark greys, the blacks, the navies.
Yeah. And with the buttonholes as well, you can still do those with this kind of look. And again, that filters back in with it's really easy to get a sort of the dried flower look going on with that, with pampas grassas, maybe a flower head, the sort of the rustic colour, well not rustic, but like woodland kind of tones, the sort of dark, soft, muted tones.
So there we have it, your complete guide to boho weddings. As I say, we've got a Pinterest board to go along with this video, so check that out. The link's in the description box below. Let us know if you're having a boho wedding. Give this video a like and subscribe for more content like this.